We've seen ceasefires crumble before. We cannot repeat the definition of insanity here by doing the same thing that was done before. The clock is ticking like a time bomb. So let us vote for this resolution, not as a compromise, but as a covenant.
A ceasefire hanging by a thread, a region on edge. And now, Trump's Gaza plan has the UN's stamp of approval. An international force authorized, a path to Palestinian statehood implied, and tempers flaring from Gaza City to Jerusalem. As world powers celebrate, militants warn of resistance. Is this historic diplomacy, or a fuse waiting to burn? The UN Security Council has voted to adopt a US-drafted resolution endorsing President Donald Trump's plan to end the war in Gaza and authorizing an international stabilisation force for the Palestinian enclave. Israel and Hamas agreed last month to the first phase of Trump's 20-point plan for Gaza, a ceasefire in their 2-year war, and a hostage release deal. But the UN resolution is seen as vital to legitimising a transitional governance body and reassuring countries that are considering sending troops to Gaza. The text of the resolution says member states can take part in the Trump-chaired Board of Peace envisioned as a transitional authority that would oversee reconstruction and economic recovery of Gaza. It also authorises the International Stabilisation Force, which would ensure a process of demilitarising Gaza, including by decommissioning weapons and destroying military infrastructure. Hamas, in a statement, reiterated that it will not disarm and argued that its fight against Israel is legitimate resistance, potentially pitting the militant group against the international force authorized by the resolution. In a statement issued after the adoption of the resolution, Hamas said,
"The resolution imposes an international guardianship mechanism on the Gaza Strip, which our people and their factions reject. Assigning the international force tasks and roles inside the Gaza Strip, including disarming the resistance, strips it of its neutrality and turns it into a party to the conflict in favor of the Israeli occupation. Any international force, if established, must be deployed only at the borders to separate forces, monitor the ceasefire, and must be fully under UN supervision."
The resolution has proven controversial in Israel because it references a future possibility of statehood for the Palestinians. The resolution's text says that conditions may finally be in place for a credible pathway to Palestinian self-determination and statehood, once the Palestinian Authority has carried out a reform program and Gaza's redevelopment has advanced. The text also reads that the United States will establish a dialogue between Israel and the Palestinians to agree on a political horizon for peaceful and prosperous coexistence. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, under pressure from right-wing members of his government, said on November 16th that Israel remained opposed to a Palestinian state and pledged to demilitarize Gaza, the easy way or the hard way. As the United Nations adopted the US-drafted Gaza plan, Trump shared a post on his Truth Social platform congratulating the world for the incredible vote of the United Nations Security Council.
Congratulations to the world on the incredible vote of the United Nations Security Council, just moments ago, acknowledging and endorsing the Board of Peace, which will be chaired by me and include the most powerful and respected leaders throughout the world. This will go down as one of the biggest approvals in the history of the United Nations, will lead to further peace all over the world, and is a moment of true historic proportion.
Trump also thanked all members of the Security Council, including those that abstained from the vote, as well as other countries that he said strongly backed the effort, including Qatar, Egypt, United Arab Emirates, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, Turkey, and Jordan. Following the UNSC vote, US envoy to the UN, Mike Waltz said that the adoption of the US resolution was the first real step in generations towards lasting peace in Gaza and the region. Waltz noted that the agreement had the support of Muslim-majority nations as well as the Palestinian Authority, and that Israel too had indicated that we could move forward. Waltz also said the US made clear to Security Council members that voting against the resolution would have seen a return to war.